Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Guys, I have to check the weeks. It's been weeks. Weeks. But today's a little different. We're not going to do a tarot reading today. Today we're just gonna chit. Glad to know I haven't gotten better when it comes to speaking. Let's just say that. But sorry if I'm looking rough, all right? I just came back from a walk. I'm still sweating. If y'all could smell me right now, very unpleasant. But I don't know, I just want to sit and chat with you guys, and we're going to paint this drawing I did on a canvas. I did this like the first week of February, but it's a channel drawing. Like this is actually we'll talk about it more when I get started painting. But yeah, today we're just gonna sit and chat. I'm gonna let you guys know what's been going on for these last couple of weeks. I miss talking to you guys, but yes, and I'm still sniffling 4 months later. But yeah, let's get into this paint. We're gonna be doing watercoloring today because this is a Syrian channeled painting. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about Sirius and star seeds during this time, but I'm excited. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. I am so excited. I missed you guys. But yeah, let's get into it. I hope you guys have been doing well. I wish you guys love and light. I hope you guys have been in love and light and have been able to share your love and light if you have been in the right energy to do so. But yeah, let's get into this. What are we gonna call this? Paint and chat? We don't know. Paint and chat? We don't know. Yeah, maybe that. But I'll see you guys there. Bye. Okay, guys. So I want to talk a little bit about this painting that I did. I did this painting around, I think it was like the first week of February. I think, to be honest, I think it was February 4th, to be exact. This is not dated, but like I feel like it was that day. I don't know why that date seems pretty particular for me, but when I was painting this, I had no clue what I was drawing. I was literally just drawing. I was just drawing like random things, and then if you guys can tell, I kind of like, I used colored pencils after I was done drawing to try to color, like to, you know, lightly color some of this in, because I didn't know what this was. Like I was just like, this right here and this right here, I was just looking at shapes and I was like, what is this? Like, what did I just draw? And I was kind of just moving. And so I didn't, once I just realized I did not even open my window. I'm lighting incense right now, so give me a sec. Yeah, I didn't realize really what I was drawing. I was just kind of moving. And then, like after after I did some of this, I like looked over at my sister because we were painting together, and I was like, I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to make of this. But then, you know, as I kept going, more details kept coming in, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is this, this is that. So yeah, and then later on, I realized, I don't know if you guys know anything about star seeds. Maybe we should get started, huh? I'm just talking, but I don't know if you guys, one sec, let me get this out. So, on this channel, we haven't really talked about star seeds, which is crazy to me because I am very passionate about that. Like, I love talking about, you know, star seeds and, you know, extraterrestrial life outside of this planet, and, you know, how you know, extraterrestrial life has been incorporated on this planet. But if for those of you who do know about star seeds, for those of you who don't know anything about star seeds are basically, you know, extraterrestrial beings, as we would say, that have come onto this planet to help raise the vibration of this planet and help, you know, deliver any messages from, you know, the galactic beings that are trying to help raise the vibration of planet Earth, because as you know, planet Earth is still in the 3D. So, you know, we're trying to raise the vibrations to get to the 5D. But honestly, I don't know how good I can do with multitasking, because talking and trying to do something at the same time is, you know, not that easy right now. I'm just, anyways, let's just get into it. But anywho, Syrians have, well, the Syrian cluster, there's Syrian A and Syrian B. I cannot remember. I think there's a Syrian C. I'm not sure. But anywho, I kind of want to make, this is nighttime. Yeah, this is nighttime. So I'm going to have to do some bluish purple. But where was I saying? Oh yeah, so Sirius B. Sirius B is the water, well, I'm just going to say water planet. These are star clusters that I'm talking about. But we're going to talk about, you know, it's, ooh, this is thick. I need to water that down. We're going to talk about its, like, its habitation. I don't know how to say that. Like, I don't know. But it's a water planet, you know? And I have been remembering, okay, guys, I'm sorry, my thoughts are literally everywhere. It's been a while since I've talked on camera, and I'm feeling a little nervous, but so bear with me. But so Sirius B is a water planet, and like, or whales are very significant to this, to like Syrians. Maybe if you guys feel like a strong connection to whales, or strong significant, or a strong connection to water, I don't know, water like marine life or something like that. Maybe you guys have sorry, you're good. Sorry, my sister just opened the door. Maybe you guys have had a lifetime in this serious guys, it's been a while for me talking, since I've talked on camera, and it's like I don't really know what to say. But I do want to talk about this because I love starseeds, and I want to talk more about it, and I want to incorporate that more into this channel, because it is something that I feel passionate about. And anywho, so let's get back to what life is like. Let's talk about what life is like on Sirius B. Sirius B is our water planet. So give me a second, because my door just creaked open. But so yeah, Sirius B is the water planet, and maybe if you guys feel like a strong connection to marine life, whales in particular, whales and like orca whales are very significant to Syrians. Orca whales, and there's something else too that I cannot remember right now, but you know, maybe if you feel a strong significance to marine life, or you've always been interested in marine life, maybe you've had a lifetime on Sirius. But I'm saying all this to say, the water in particular is what made me realize that, oh, after I had finished painting this, that I was channeling a painting from the Syrians. And Syrians are talented in art, and also have their own light language that they use to, right, to communicate. So I was hearing a lot, you know, as I was channeling this painting, my like ear was just ringing. And so I don't know why, like when I was painting this, I really was not paying attention that much to like what was going on and what was happening. Like I just knew, I was like, well, afterwards I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, this was a channeled painting. And I didn't realize that I've had a lot of channeled paintings through the Syrians. Like when I do have like a creative burst and I want to start painting, right, like I know I'm like, they channel a lot through me. They channel what they want me to paint. And I had to think to myself, like, that's so cool. Like, I get to be a conduit, like, for, you know, these light beings that want to help raise the vibration of our earth. So, and, you know, I was starting to put the pieces together after, you know, after the water, after, I had looked deeper into the painting. I was like, I drew a pyramid in the back. And, you know, Syrians are one of the star seeds that, you know, they say have helped build our pyramids that we have here in Egypt. And where are the other sets of pyramids at? Is it in Chile? It's in Southern America. I can't remember exactly where the other pyramid. Wait, is that Southern America? Wait, guys, you guys would know. Maybe you guys know, or you guys can look it up. But, you know, they are known for, you know, being one of the ones to help build these pyramids. And I never really was thinking about why I had pyramids in my paintings. Like, I was just drawing them. With no, I mean, consciously, not really understanding, but subconsciously, I'm like, you know, I was channeling through these paintings. And I also, like, I don't know if you guys do believe in starseeds, like I do. I had a lifetime on Sirius. Like, that's a planet that I inhabited for a while, for like a long time. And I've also had one with the Lyrans, or the Lyrans, whichever one, Lyrans, whichever you would like to pronounce. And also on Pleiades, Pleiades, whichever way you would like to pronounce. But yeah, this was like an awakening for me, because I didn't realize that I had a lifetime on Sirius until after I did this painting. I knew I had a connection, but I didn't know I inhabited that planet for that long. And recently, all right, let me just say for a second, this painting in particular is what, after I painted this, I had channeled that, you know, this painting was about an awakening, right? I have a lotus flower right here, and I have, you know, an eye on a tree, the roots going down into this, into where this lady is sitting, and she has a crystal on her ajna chakra, and a crystal on her heart chakra. And so recently I've been going through I just finished having an ego death, right? I'm going to talk to you guys about that, but I have just finished recently going through an ego death, and shit was hard, very hard. When I tell you it felt like an ego death, man, I never really realized that I'm going through an ego death until like way after. And then a day later, I'm like, oh, that was an ego death. That was just a death that I had. And that's why that was that. But anywho, this was before the ego death, right? This was kind of like, you know, I didn't even realize I was being warned, but here it is. Yeah, but so this painting is about an awakening. And this year, and specifically in February, there is another awakening that's happening. There's an awakening of people that are remembering their past lives, and there's an awakening of the heart chakra right now. So, as I've highlighted in this painting, one, the third eye chakra, or ajna chakra, is being enlightened. It's being awakened. It's strengthening. And so as it's strengthening, one, that's causing awakenings in people too. Your intuition is strengthening right now. A lot of people are probably remembering past life experiences right now. And if you're not consciously remembering it, I'm sure it's being told to you guys in your dreams right now. Moon is in Cancer right now. Intuition for most people are very high right now. At least when I'm filming this, Moon is in Cancer right now. Moon, what did the moon? The moon just came out of what? Taurus? Did the moon just come out of Taurus? Or is that Gemini? I can't remember. I think it was in Taurus. But yeah, there's an awakening going on right now. And also there's an awakening of soul purposes right now. A lot of people are going to start wanting to live out of their heart, live out of their heart center, live out of their soul's purpose right now. Or, not or, so, but people are wanting to live out of their heart or heart chakra right now, living out of that loving awareness, that equanimity. And there's just a lot of downloads happening right now. So this is like a perfect time to just be aware of what is going on in your life. And if you have any blockages going on, or if you have any blockages right now, or if you have any limiting, beliefs right now, that has to do with what you want to put out into the world, what you want to share with the world. Yeah, that's what I've channeled so far from this painting. But right now there's a second awakening or something happening that I feel. And the Syrians are helping for this awakening for anyone that is willing. So, this is a great time to call upon the Syrians and ask them to help enlighten you to your soul's purpose. Help enlighten you to passions. Maybe this is, if you guys aren't into starseeds, maybe you guys want to start researching starseeds and start getting, in touch with your star planet, getting in touch with the galactic beings that want to help you and want to help you ascend, because that's truly their job, right? They only want you to ascend. Their only job here on Earth is to help with the ascension of Earth. That's what they're here to do. And so they're looking for beings that are open and wanting to help raise their own vibration, because raising your own vibration is raising the vibration of the planet, right? If we are all one, then me raising my vibration is you raising your vibration, and you raising your vibration is helping me raise my own vibration, So I think the awakenings that people will be doing within themselves are going to help trigger awakenings in other people too. I'm sorry, I'm coming back from a cold too. Guys, let's take a quick break from talking about galactic beings for a second, and let's talk about where I've been for a quick second, if you guys have been interested in that. But anywho, let's get into that. But so after posting my last video, I was doing weekly videos, and after posting my last one, I had, made my other one. I had made one for the week after. Okay, so yeah, posted my last video, and then a week later I was filming so I could post another tarot reading for that week. And honestly, I've been in a period of my life where, gosh, how do I say this? Okay, so I don't know how to say this. All right, so for a while I've been trying to end this attachment that I had. It was a pretty heavy, pretty strong attachment. Something like attachment, addiction, what you would like to say, what you would like to call it. In the spiritual community, we can say attachments sometimes, but other people might call it an addiction. It wasn't an addiction to anything crazy, but any attachment is still an attachment, right? And I was feeling that I was going through my last cycle of this attachment. Like, this was my last cycle in this karmic cycle. Like, in this overall karmic cycle, I knew this was my last test. Like, this was my last time having to go through this. And I had to take a lot of time to channel all of that into, guys, what time is it? Because I have to teach later. I just remembered that. Let's see. What time is it? 1:15. What time do I have to teach? Oh, I don't have to teach until 3:30. Okay. But yeah, okay, so I knew this was my last time going through this cycle. I felt it. Like when I had went through this cycle before this last cycle, I was like, okay, I just feel like there's one more time. I just have one more time, and then this cycle will fully be ended. I can have this rebirth. So I was channeling and putting a lot of my work and my energy into that, ending that cycle. And so also before that cycle and during, before that cycle, or not before that cycle, during trying to end that cycle, I was going through a bit of a dark night of the soul, and energy was heavy. It was rough trying to end this cycle. Definitely it was because it was my last time going through it. I was like, this is hard. I don't think I can do it this time. And I ended up doing it. All right. I've been good. I've been pretty good. It's been about, I don't know, it's been about 2 weeks. And since I've fully ended that cycle. And then after ending that cycle, wait, no, it has not been 2 weeks. It's probably been maybe like 3 weeks. I don't know. It's probably been like 3 weeks. And then after ending that cycle, like a week later, I have an ego death. And like I was saying earlier, I never really know that I'm going through an ego death until like a day or so after. And I'm like, oh, that was an ego death. That was that. But when I tell you, guys, that last cycle really took a toll on me. Like, it really took a toll. I felt like my light went out. Like, my light for life, I felt like it literally went out. My light for passions went out for a second. And, wait, where is this drawing? How's this happening? Okay. So I felt like my light went out, like my passion went out. And at least for the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to figure out how to spark that light again, because it went, guys, I swear, I think it went out fully. Like, I think it literally like felt like someone blew my flame out. And for the last 2 weeks, I have been trying to light that flame again, light that, flame and that passion for life. And gosh, it was kind of scary. Like, I've had dark times, but I never felt my flame go out like that. That, like, itself was a scary feeling for me. To where, like, I wanted to do videos. I wanted to connect, but I really could not. Like, when I tell you that, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, I literally felt like the easiest way for me to explain it for real is literally, it's like someone blew out, literally if someone blew out my candle. Like, that's how it felt. And I, for the last 2 weeks, have been on a journey on how to light this flame again, how to re-spark that spark that I had. And this, also had to do with a lot of me releasing a lot of fears that I had too, overcoming a lot of fears, overcoming a lot of overcoming a lot of grief and guilt that I had held up within me for a long time, and it was just all shedding. So honestly, I'm grateful that that flame went out, to be honest, because one, now I know that I'm able to light my own flame if it ever does go out again. But also, now I know what it's like to be without that flame, what it's like to be without that spark. And I don't ever want to go back to that. I don't ever want to put myself into that energy again. But it was, gosh, it was heavy. But after I come out of these energies, I feel like I come to you guys constantly being like, guys, I was in some heavy energy. But it's like I've had so much stored in me for a long time. And oh no, a lot stored up in me for a long time. And it's, as I've been doing a lot of healing work, it just kind of bubbles up to the surface sometimes, and I got to deal with it as it is. So I, apologize for not being present with you guys, and, maybe not being as, as honest with, where I've been, or, yeah, but I don't know, I needed that time. And definitely, like, there was times where I was like, oh, maybe I can just try to do a video. But guys, when I say, like, when that light went out, I couldn't do it. Like, I could not do it. I couldn't find, as much as I wanted to, my body was like, no, we still need rest. We still need, we still need to recharge. So yeah, that was that. But yesterday, I started to feel that light starting to spark up again. And I've been doing a lot of, work on trying to relight that spark that I had in me before. And it's taken a lot of rebranding of myself, rebranding of my thoughts, and rebranding of the life that I want to truly live for myself. And it's been a lot of work with, releasing limitations that I have set on me, and releasing limitations that other people have set on me. And I'm truly in, as of right now, I don't give a damn type of attitude. I refused to let that spark go out again. And I refuse to let someone else try to blow that spark, or try to blow that flame, or try to blow that candle out for me again, because I refuse. It's not going to happen. I am taking charge in my life right now. I'm making a lot of changes, and I'm expanding. So I claim that for myself, and I hope you guys feel the same. I hope you guys are able to expand in whatever ways that you guys want to expand into, because what is life truly if we're not allowed to live it? I am so damn tired of, even this morning, guys, I cried a lot this morning to release a lot of, there was a lot of guilt that I was releasing. And then I did a tarot reading for myself after, and guess what came out? The Five of Cups in reverse. The Five of Cups had just kept coming out. And then after I released today, I got the Five of Cups in reverse. And so I was like, there we go. That's what I needed. That was the check engine, or that was not the check engine light. That was what I needed to make, I don't know, to give me some fuel. It just made me feel good. Like, I had felt that, I was exiting this stage, and to have my tarot cards, reiterate that back to me, just, I don't know, felt kind of powerful. But yeah, there's been a lot of me letting go of fears. Guys, when I tell you, I have been someone who would stay trapped in my mind, and that was my comfort space, like staying trapped in my own darkness, and staying trapped in my own mind, because that was comfort to me. Even if it felt uncomfortable, it was still comfortable subconsciously to me. So I would run back to that. And this morning, like, I was meditating on my energy, and I just, feel like now I'm in a stage where I don't need to sit in my shadow anymore, and I don't need to hide away anymore. I don't need to conceal my likes and dislikes anymore. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. And that's okay. Like, that is perfectly okay. We don't all have to be so, I don't know. We don't all have to resonate with one another. That's okay. Like, that's truly okay. Because there's things that, like, other people are interested in certain things that I'm not interested in at all, and that's okay. And then there's some things that I'm interested in that people are not interested in, and that's okay too. And I have very wide beliefs. I'm a very open-minded person, so, like, even, like, the stuff that I'm interested in can be very, I don't know, it can seem kind of crazy to most people, right? Like, a lot of people, if I'm saying that, oh yeah, star seeds, we're galactic beings who come here to raise the vibration, they're gonna be like, you're crazy, find an asylum immediately. And which is understandable, because if you're more closed-minded to things like that, that's gonna sound crazy to you, and that's perfectly okay. Yeah. But that doesn't have to make me hide away because I think that people aren't going to agree with my way of being. Not everyone has to agree with my way of being. My way of being is perfectly for me. It's, orchestrated for me, and, has been designed perfectly for me. And that's okay. So I'm realizing that, and I'm trying to step into that. I want to take off my own mask and, allow people to see me fully still, and not hide away in my shadows when I feel, I don't know, when I feel like someone else is trying to make me dim my light, or to where I'm afraid to show my light because I'm afraid that it might be dimmed. And honestly, it's for me, like, I'm not giving that power away anymore. Like, I'm truly not giving that power away anymore. This is my choice. A couple of days ago, I was in a situation where, I was thinking, like, this would have triggered me before to make me want to hide away in my own shadows, and make me want to stop talking, and make me not want to share this part of me. But I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm allowed to be me, right? I'm allowed to show up how I want to show up, regardless of what people, what people believe. Oh, wait, I still needed that one. Okay, I'll just find another thing. But yeah, I've been realizing that within myself. I'm allowed to show up the way I want to show up, regardless of what people might want to believe and think. And that is perfectly okay, right? I keep saying this is perfectly okay because I'm trying to, reassure myself still that this is perfectly okay. But yeah. Also, I'm so proud of myself, guys. I've been working a lot on boundaries and, setting boundaries with people I love. Ooh, that's kind of light. Or that's kind of dark. I don't want that one. What do I do about that? Yeah, setting boundaries with people I love, because people do not know if I do not tell them, and I am someone who is very energetically sensitive. I can't be around people who are, constantly stressing themselves out, and I can't be around people who, what's the word? I can't be around people who like to build chaos in their own life and wants to live in their own chaos and make chaos for other people, because it's just too much. It's too much for me to even be around. Even people like, I don't want this to sound insensitive, but it's because I've been in friendships and relationships for so long to where I have to be more of a therapist than a friend towards other people. And I want to talk about that later too, because I have, you know, finally moved out of that energy too, to where that, you know, I'm stepping out of codependent relationships to where I feel like that's the only time, or like the only way I'm needed is if, you know, I can provide, you know, if I can, you know, be a mental safe haven for you. And that's not fair to me. So I have, I have, you know, I've stepped out of that energy actually, and I'm so grateful to have stepped out of that energy, because I want more. I want more out of the relationships that I am in, and or that I was in. But I don't know. I'm attracting more. Um, I'm attracting more high vibe relationships, which I'm so grateful for. Um, and it's also like I'm grateful that I am, because that just shows me how much work that I've done within myself, that, you know, the relationships that I attract now are different because I've been working on myself. And that just like, you know, the universe always reflects back to us, right? And so that is amazing. Like, I just love that I can see my progress within the universe because of people that I'm attracting now. You know, and as a healer, as a healer, it's kind of hard. Gosh, I always feel like very weird about calling myself a healer, because I just feel like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I think it's like, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel weird calling myself a healer sometimes, because I feel like it sounds cocky. And I'm not trying to sound cocky, but it's truthful. That's just the energy I can provide to people, is a healer type of energy. And so I have to be conscious about the relationships that I pick with people, because sometimes healers attract people that, you know, can see that they have this sort of, gosh, I want to say this, and I in no way am I trying to sound cocky, guys. I'm trying to be very light with my words right now. But healers can attract, you know, darker energies to them, because healers can attract darker energies to them. It's just like, it's kind of magnets, you know. They feel that energy and they're like, ooh, let me get into that, let me get that healing. Which I feel like that's also one of my purposes on this earth. I feel like is to be a healer, and is to be able to hold that space for other people. But that's not my only purpose, and I feel like limiting myself to those type of relationships is not of service to me. Like, I want more out of, you know, friendships and relationships. And I want to be more. Like, I realized that I wanted to be more than just I don't know. I felt like my purpose in a relationship was just to manage someone's emotions. Like, and that's like, I don't know. It made me feel weird as a friend. Like, I didn't know what my I didn't know what my boundaries were. And so I've been working on setting boundaries with people that I have in my life now, so I can keep healthy relationships now, and not just do what I did in the past. Like, when I'd be in these heavy relationships where, you know, my only role was to hold space for that other person, and I couldn't, you know, that person wasn't holding space for me, then I would get to a point where I'd get so worked up and I just couldn't do it anymore. And then I would just leave. I wouldn't say anything. I would just like, I just gotta go. Like, I've been, you know, holding it in for so long. And it's so hard when you're in these relationships to let someone know that, or I don't know, to set that boundary for me was always really hard, because I thought I was being mean. Like, I didn't know that that it's okay for me to tell someone, I don't have space right now. I don't have space to hold, or I don't have enough space to hold for you and me for right now. Because I felt like, you know, with my abandonment wound that I've been working on healing, that I felt like I would be abandoned if I didn't provide that space for someone. I thought I was going to, you know, not have any purpose to that person, and they would just leave me cold and dry, you know, with that like 5 of coins energy. Like that was the only purpose I served in friendships, was to hold that space and only be that. And so my relationships with people got kind of like, it was kind of skewed. Like I was just a mother to these friends, or what I would feel like I was just their mother. And like my only job was just to be that therapist, is what I would feel. But again, this was like a codependent relationship, whereas in they you know, these people needed me in this way, and you know, it made me feel good. On my codependent side was to know that I can provide for you in that way. Like, and so I put myself in these relationships to where like that would be the only thing I can provide for you, or like that, or no, not that, that's not the only thing I can provide, because that's not true. But I thought that was my only role. That was the only role for me to play, was to be that for you, and to hold that space for you, and then not ask for space from other, and to not ask for someone to hold space for me, because I, you know, thought that I shouldn't, like that wasn't my role. You know, you ask me for space, I don't ask you for space. Or sometimes I would try, if I really needed somebody, and you know, within these relationships, it was kind of, it, you know, a second can be held, and then we're like, okay, but back to me, back to my problem. And I'd be like, okay, so, and you know, what I was learning from these relationships were, you know, I'm not allowed to ask other people for space, because they don't have space for me. And I've realized that's not true. That's not true. People are willing to hold space for me. Like, but it has to be the right person. And as I've been more willing to set these boundaries with other people, and set boundaries within myself, and realize within myself my own unhealthy patterns that I have, to where subconsciously I was probably looking for relationships like that, because that's where I found value. That, you know, subconsciously, that's where I was finding value, that I knew I was needed in those type of relationships. And you know, that was the only way I felt like I could provide. And I didn't realize this until, you know, after, I mean, up until like last year. But it took me until this year to be able to feel, literally this year, a couple of days ago, to feel truly comfortable to set a boundary with someone about me not being able to hold space for them all the time. And because you know, I don't understand. For me, growing up within my household, I am the youngest of 4. And so I don't know, I just like, I realized this the other day, but because as I was saying in the beginning of this video, actually, did I say this in the beginning of the video? Anywho. Oh yeah, I did. I was talking about like I was talking about past life. People remember more about their past life, but I have been remembering more from my childhood. And you know, as I've been doing more shadow work, and you know, digging deeper, you know, more bubbles just come to the surface of my own subconscious waters. And I realized that I felt very alone in my childhood. Well, I knew that part, but like what I'm about to say, I didn't like, I felt like I got left alone a lot. You know, I was the youngest of 4. So I remember when I was in elementary, not all, okay, so my sisters and I are all pretty lined up with an age. And so like when I was in 4th grade, they were in 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. So they were in middle school, and I was in 4th grade. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, we're all pretty like lined up in age, but like when I would come home, I would come home, so okay, let's talk about elementary for a second. So I was always, I was always afraid to be alone when I was a kid. And I don't know, I felt like I was alone. Like, I felt like I was alone sometimes. And that was scary for me as a child. Like, I remember my mom had told me that I was going to have to start, you know, since my sister had, you know, the sister above me was starting middle school. She was like, okay, so you're going to have to like start walking home by yourself and you'll be at home until your sisters come home. And I don't know what age you are in fifth grade, but I don't know. I was just always like, I was a very anxious child. Um, I, you know, still deal with, well, my anxiety is a lot better now, so I can pat myself on the back, but very anxious child. I was always afraid of being alone. I was afraid of the dark, um, all of that good stuff. And so I was very afraid to be alone at home by myself. Like I hated it. Like guys, I was so afraid to be at home alone by myself. I would literally, as soon as I would get home, I would literally go sit in my closet and close the doors because I was afraid that like someone was going to come in and like kill me. I I know this is like, this sounds dramatic probably, but like I was in elementary school. I literally just hated being alone. And I did not remember all this until like literally last week. This had started coming up, like started bubbling to the surface about me hating to be like truly alone. And so like then I started thinking about like all the stuff that I would probably do to not be alone, and then how that all ties into that abandonment wound. But I have been working a lot on that too. So I've been, I don't know, I've been healing. I feel confident that, you know, I can get through that. So I'm not too worried about that. But I don't know, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that again this morning because I was talking to my sister about that, about how I used to, gosh, the way I'm sniffling right now, I'm sorry. I know it sounds nasty. I hope y'all aren't wearing earbuds because y'all be like, this girl. But guys, I'm getting over a cold, okay? I had a 24-hour attack, and I want to talk to y'all about that too. I gotta remember to talk about that because yeah, but I want to talk to y'all about that. But anywho, yeah, I was talking to my sister about that this morning, about how I felt like I was alone a lot in childhood, and because I felt like I was alone a lot, I felt like I felt like I had to handle my emotions a lot as a kid by myself. And give me a second. I'm just gonna blow my nose. I'm back. So, like I was saying, yeah, I feel like I was left alone to handle a lot of my emotions as a kid. And because of that, I know this is going to sound weird and this is probably going to sound mean, but I'm being very truthful with you guys. Even though I was very, you know, subconsciously attracted to a lot of friendships where I had to be, or where I felt like I had to be, you know, a therapist, or I felt like you know, that was my role. I kind of resented those friendships, if we're being 100% honest. And I kind of resented when I resented the fact that like people would just throw their emotions on me. And now I wasn't the type of person, like I wasn't consciously going out of my way to find friends that, you know, had a lot more emotional baggage or something like that. I don't know how to say that nicely, but I don't know, like after a certain point within these friendships, like there was a part of me that would get tired, and it was because I didn't have any more space to hold, and I was starting to feel, you know, neglected in these friendships in terms of my own emotions and feelings, and not feeling like I can share my emotions and feelings in these relationships because these other person's emotions and how they were feeling felt a lot more important than how mine were, and that I felt like mine weren't really appreciated and weren't needed. And if I felt like if I if I would bring mine up, then it wasn't going to be appreciated. It wasn't going to be taken well. I was going to be, you know, told to get over it and that other people had it worse. And so, you know, there was a part of me that kind of resented these friendships because, one, I didn't feel like I had, you know, someone that could hold space for me when I needed, but I needed to be that person for other people. And then also, I also resented the fact when people would just throw their emotions on me. Like, you know, as I was saying, like, I was someone, like, as growing up, you know, I had to take care of my own emotions. I didn't have anyone that was going to, you know, babysit. I say babysit my emotions, and I say that quite often because that's how I feel sometimes, or that's how I would always feel within these relationships, where I felt like I was babysitting someone's emotions, making sure that they were staying stable, and if any time they were teetering off, I had to bring them back into balance or something like that. But yeah, and so, like, what was I saying? What was I saying? What was I just saying? Oh, yeah, I was like, I would resent the fact where I felt like someone was just throwing their emotions on me, and you're not giving me a chance to let me tell you if I have space to hold or not. You know, I can be dealing with my own shit. And so I would just start distancing myself from people, and as I would always feel so guilty. I felt so guilty from distancing myself from people that didn't make me feel good. Because I felt like I was doing a disservice to them. That, you know, I couldn't be there for you anymore. And in reality, I was just being there for myself. I didn't have any space to hold anymore. And I would tell people sometimes, I'm like, I need time. I need a break. I need to be by myself. And, you know, sometimes they would understand. And then sometimes it was like, well, haven't you already have enough space to yourself? Like, and I'd be like, yes, but I need more. I need more time. I'm still drained from our last encounter. And this is, even now, like, to this day, just recently, I've been starting to try to work on my own spiritual hygiene and making sure I'm cleansing myself, because as I said, I'm a very sensitive person. I can take in a lot of energy, sometimes not even like unconsciously doing so. And I need to make sure my own portal or my own channels are cleared. That's something that I'm working on, because, you know, even when like I was doing, you know, videos for like doing tarot videos, I was getting drained. I was getting drained so much, and I didn't understand why. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I love doing tarot. I don't understand why my body is feeling this way. I want to do more. I want to do more and more, but my body is not letting me. And I'd be so drained. I couldn't figure it out. Like, I was like, why can't I do this? And in my past life, I was a Capricorn, and I was very work heavy. I, you know, determined my worth based on how much I could do, how hard I can work, how much money I can bring in, how much material gain I can bring in. And that was my past life. My past life was very work heavy. I was very earth heavy in my past life. And it presented itself into this life too. And you know, that's something that I'm still working on. I can get to a point where I drain myself so bad that I make myself sick. Like I told you guys, I had like a 24-hour, well, I still have cold symptoms to this, like, kind of right now, but, you know, energetically I'm doing better, and my cold symptoms aren't as, you know, as they were. But like right now I'm in the process of like releasing a lot of my cold symptoms. Like, I have a lot of releasing a lot of cold that I had stored in my body, a lot of extra inflammation and mucus and stuff like that. I know that sounds nasty, but I'm just saying. But I, to this day, can still make myself sick from working too much, or to exhausting myself too much, like energetically. And so I think I already told you guys, I've been working on a lot of stuff right now, but you know, personally, career-wise, I've been working on a lot of stuff. And my guides, I kind of felt it coming. I was like, dang it. I was like, damn it, I overdid it. I overdid it. And I felt that. And so, you know, I'm in a transitional period right now. And so I heard them, um, they were like, you need a rest, dude. And I was like, okay, but after this, after I launch everything, after I finish, you know, finish everything that I wanted to do, then I can take a rest. Then I can take a break. Then I can sleep well, you know, because I was staying up until, I'm already someone that kind of deals with insomnia. So me doing what I was doing definitely wasn't making it any better. But I, you know, I overdid it and I felt that. And so then I woke up the next day and I was like, I kind of have a, you know, I've kind of got a scratchy throat. And then I, a little bit later, was like, oh, I kind of have chills. I was like, oh gosh, something's happening, man. Oh, I overdid it. And so then I'm like laying down in my room and I'm supposed to teach this day, right? I teach art to an elementary school and a preschool. And so I'm supposed to teach at my, I was supposed to teach at my elementary school that day. And I'm a person that I don't like taking days off from work. I get FOMO from work. Like if I'm working on something, like I don't like taking days off. I understand that like I might need days to rest, but I can rest on the weekends. I can rest. It was most definitely I can rest when I'm dead type energy. Like, and I would just overdo it. Like if I was sick, I didn't want to take days off. Like that, you know, that was just a no. Even like, I don't know. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, it reminds me of it reminds me of childhood. When I was a kid, like even when I wasn't feeling well, like we had to go to school still. Like there wasn't any staying home. Like you better pray. Like my mom would literally be like, pray about it. Pray about it. Did you pray about it? And I'd be like, no. And she'd be like, well, go pray about it. And she'd lay hands on me and be like, you're healed in Jesus' name. And I'd be like, okay. And, you know, we'll talk about religious trauma too, because that's something that I've had to work on. You know, definitely within my career choices, wanting to be a tarot reader, I had to work on, you know, working on a lot of religious trauma to even do so. But yeah, that's just like, that wasn't an option for me, like that to rest when I would have to have like a full-on fever, me like throwing up, to be able to stay home. And at any point, if I was feeling the slightest bit better, get your backpack, you're going to school. And I understand, like, as I'm older now, I understand, like, my parents, you know, my parents had work, and I guess it was inconvenient to stay home with me because they had to work. But I, you know, I translated that into I brought that into adulthood too, is not knowing that it's okay for me, if I'm not feeling well, it's okay for me to tell my boss, hey, I can't come in today. I do not feel well. I would literally, and as I'm thinking about it now, like it's horrible to, not horrible, but like it wasn't good for me to go into work not feeling well, because like I could give it to somebody else too. But like I truly did not think that that was okay. Like I didn't know that that was okay to take a day off, or to take a day and truly just rest, even if I'm not feeling, you know, 100% horrible. Like it's okay for me to take time and to recharge and to rest and to bring that energy back into myself. See, as I'm saying that, like, guys, I had to label some of this, because when I was drawing, I was like, I don't know how this is supposed to be, whatever this is, because like, what is this part supposed to be? Is this like, cause this is a skyline right here. Is this supposed to be water separating? We'll just do water. We'll do what color water? We'll do these. But yeah, like in even that part, like to where, gosh, this is gonna sound, I know this is probably gonna sound a little mean, and but this is like one of my triggers from childhood was when my friends, like if my friends were sick and they couldn't come to school, that would low-key piss me off. Like, and as I'm thinking about it, as I'm older now, it's because I wasn't allowed to do that. Like I didn't understand. I truly did not understand. I was like, I'd be annoyed. Like, I'm like, why are you staying home if you don't feel well? Like, why are you staying home if you are, you know, coughing and all this stuff? I didn't understand. I would truly, like, it would really make me angry. And I know that probably sounds so silly, but it's like, that's not something that I was allowed. Like, we didn't do that. Like, that wasn't something that was done in my household. Like, if you weren't feeling well, then pray about it. Did you pray about it? I could joke about it now, but oh gosh, how crazy, huh? And that just, like, I'm just so happy and proud of myself now because I'm truly growing. I wasn't feeling well and I took a day off. That, like, and I know that sounds so simple to some people, but like, my gosh, I used to feel so guilty for even thinking about it. For even thinking about taking a day off if I wasn't feeling well. And then even when I wasn't feeling well, and I'd be like, I had the flu last year, and I literally could not move. Could not move, and I tell you, literally could not move. And that whole time, and I think I felt so bad for so long. Like, I wasn't getting better for a while. It was because I felt so guilty for taking that day off. I felt guilty for getting sick and for having the flu because I wasn't able to work. And I wasn't able to, yeah, I wasn't able to work. And I was like, I literally felt guilty for taking time for myself. And that is just so crazy to me now. Like, if I'm tired now, best believe I'm about to go take a nap. Like, I'm allowed to do that now. Like, I felt for so long I wasn't allowed to rest, and I'm finally allowing myself to do it, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Like, it feels so good not to feel guilty for being sick. I feel guilty for not being able to show up to work because I have chills and cannot get out of bed and can barely even, you know, go brush my teeth and come lay back down after. So, like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to have these changes and experiences because, my gosh, guys, my gosh, it's crazy out here, man. But yeah, this has all been coming up. I wasn't expecting to talk about any of this, but here it is, right? Guess it needed to come out. I'll take it as it is. What else do I want to say? But I don't know. I'm in a period right now to where I'm still discovering me. I'm still in my self-discovery journey. That's too dark. I don't want it that color. Yes, to where I am still in my self-discovery journey, and I'm discovering what makes me feel good. I'm discovering what ways feel good for me to recharge. And as I was saying earlier about, ooh, this is good. Okay, I like this color. As I was saying earlier about, you know, being a Syrian starseed, and being a Syrian starseed, specifically from Syrian B, that cluster, or from that star, Syrian B, the water planet, you know? I relate I'm also water in my first three, like my big three is water, right? So I do really well with recharging when it goes to water, like salt baths and stuff like that. Just hit the spot for me. Like it's like home for me. Wow, I didn't even realize I was gonna say that. That was beautiful. That's like home for me. It really is. Like that reminds me of, you know, Sirius. I do a lot of astral projections. I feel like I've told you guys that in the past, that I do astral projections a lot. And I feel like I should make that a little bit more red or a little bit more orange. Let's see. It doesn't look so good. Never mind. Oh, okay, whatever. We'll just let that be. But like I was saying, I do a lot of astral projecting, and I'm remembering this now as after I painted this memory was brought up to me again, from a dream that I had. And now that I have, you know, remembered a little bit more about my Syrian roots, I've astral projected to Sirius so many times. And I just never knew where I was. I wasn't picking it up until now. How many times I've astral projected there. So and in particular, I keep remembering this one part of my of the astral projection where I was at this little you know when people like go ice fishing and they have that like little hole, they have the little hole in the ice so they can fish, right? I was sitting on the edge of one of those in this, like, in my head, I can describe this place as being in the corner. This is not going to make sense, but in my head, how I can describe it, in the corner of Earth, hidden away. Like that's just, that's how the Syrians get here, is that there's like this little portal, right? And that's how they get here. But I was sitting at that little portal, and and now, like, you know, as I've been doing more research within my own starseed, you know, heritage and everything like that, I've realized that, you know, that was the portal that I used to get there from the astral projection. And sorry, I keep checking the time because I just want to make sure I'm not running late to go teach today. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's like this little portal, right? And I was sitting, this is within my, you know, astral projection dream. I'm sitting at this portal. It's not wet enough. I'm sitting at this portal and I'm talking to these little water, oh, in my head I said nymphs. And, you know, nymphs are known on Sirius and on Pleiades. Pleiades has a lot of water too. And I also have a lifetime there too. So, but who texted me? Yeah, so anywho, what was I saying? Oh, okay, so I'm at this portal, right? And I'm with these little water beings, and they're kind of like making fun of me a little. They're like, dude, I can't believe she forgot that she knows how to breathe underwater. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And they're like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna have to teach her again. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? What do you mean I know how to breathe underwater? And they're like, I can't believe you forgot all. They were like, I can't believe you forgot all this, man. And I'm like, what? I forgot. And I keep remembering that dream. After I like sketched this painting out, I've been remembering that dream, and it just keeps it just keeps popping up in my head. I forgot how to breathe underwater, and then I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, Sirius is the water. Sirius B is all of water. Like, that's the water planet, you know? And I'm like, oh my gosh, things are making sense. Things are just connecting. And I just love it. I don't even care if this isn't real. I just love that, you know, that this is real. This is real. I don't care if y'all don't believe in star seeds. I do, y'all. Y'all can't tell me this shit is real. Like that this is not real. There's no way this is not real. It's too real. I've seen it, okay? But if y'all don't believe me, that's all good. But Anywho, so that's not the only dream that I've had on Sirius. I astral projected there this week because I was telling them that I want to go home for a while. I just want to, you know, see how everything is. I just want to go home for a while. I was feeling a little, you know, a little homesick as a starseed, and I had asked them if they would be willing to take me and if it was of my highest good, and you know, the answer was yes. I ended up there, and then I couldn't remember this part of my dream. I had woke up in the morning though, and I was having a hard time remembering certain parts of my dreams from last night, or from that night. And so then I had walked, this was like on a weekend, and I walked downstairs and my sister is watching The Little Mermaid. And I sit down and I'm watching some of it with her, and I was telling her that I didn't really, like, I was telling her, I was like, The Little Mermaid really wasn't one of my favorite movies growing up. And so then I was like, something, like I had like a flash of something. I was taken back to a part of my dream, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, like I literally had one of those That's a Raven moments. And so, you know, like where I'm staring off into space. And I had remembered that last night, or that night in my dreams, I was swimming with mermaids, and you know, they were teaching me how to swim again. They were teaching me how to breathe underwater again and how to be underwater again. And they were just like they were literally showing me the way of water. And it's so I love that I have remembered about this lifetime on Sirius, because it just, you know, it makes so much sense to me. I have always, I mean, I just thought I was, you know, I just liked water because, you know, my big three is water signs, you know. But even with the movie, the Avatar movie, Way of Water, I already felt very connected to the first Avatar movie because, you know, starseeds, duh. But, you know, most starseeds, I feel like, probably feel connected to that movie, or feel connected to any movie that has to do with, you know, other lifetimes, other like dimensions and stuff like that. But, you know, The Way of Water, that movie connected me, or I felt, you know, there's a difference like between liking a movie and feeling like you really connect with the movie. Like that movie connected with me on a whole nother level, it felt like. And now, like, it makes a lot more sense now, as to why that connected. But yeah, I love that movie so much. I love the Avatar movies in general so much because I just feel like any starseed, I feel like, would probably like that movie, you know? But, wow, I keep looking at the camera and how far this painting has come. It's crazy. I just gotta keep watching the time so I'm not running late. But also, I just want to talk more about this painting. So as I was saying, with the heart chakra having the jewel here, I'm in a period where I'm just trying to feel where I am. I'm in a period where I am living life based off of my own emotional and physical fulfillment. And that's just how I'm living now. Like, if anything isn't aligned to that, I'm letting it go. Guys, as a personality type, I'm the Queen of Swords. Anything that disturbs my waters is being cut out. Like, there's just no space for it here anymore. Oh, I should have made this purple for wisdom. Damn it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm just really in an energetic space to where, like, if it's not serving me and it's not giving me emotional, physical fulfillment, then it does not then it does not serve any purpose with me right now. And I will let that go. I will cut anything out of my life right now that is not giving me that. And I don't care. I don't care. Call me a bitch. I don't care. I do not give a damn. I've spent so much of my time in my life trying to live for other people and be for other people. Fuck that. I'm done. All right? That's not working for me. Man, maybe I should have made this another... Should I have made it purple? Yeah, whatever. Oh, gosh. But yeah, as I'm spending a lot of time, don't mind all this, all right? We're not going to talk about that. Let me just move in front of that. I'm in a period to where emotional and spiritual fulfillment, I was saying physical, emotional and spiritual fulfillment is what I'm reaching for, is what I'm going for. And I'm doing so by living out of my heart chakra, right? I have been working, oh my gosh, my ear is ringing. I can't hear. Okay. I've been working a lot with, oh, maybe that's because I was supposed to say this goddess's name. This is the goddess showing up. I've been, my words are getting all jumbled now. I've been working a lot with the goddess Kuan Yin, and she is the goddess of compassion, self-compassion, and compassion for others. But I've been working with her recently. My ear just rang again as I said her name, so she's present as we speak. But I've been working with her to gain self-compassion for myself, gaining compassion for myself, so I can, evolve on this spiritual journey. Guys, what makes me feel so fulfilled is breaking cycles, is going through and breaking generational curses, being aware, gaining spiritual awareness, gaining, any self-improvement. It makes me feel so fulfilled. I love it. I don't know. And I kind of wonder sometimes if I put myself into these heavy energies just so I can transmute them for my own fun. Like, I don't even know. I have to look deeper into that, because I feel that sometimes. I'm like, am I in this energy because I want to be in it? Like, am I just wanting to transmute some dark shit right now into light? I don't know. I feel like I'm an alchemist, y'all. Like, that's where I feel like my ties lie. Alchemy at its finest, okay? I don't know. I've always been very, not always, but I've noticed, as I've gotten older, that, I don't know, there's something about alchemy that makes me feel tied to it. I don't know. I feel called to it. But it's so interesting to me. So as I've been on this journey of wanting to be more fulfilled in life, I've cut out a lot of things, guys. Career changes have been made. I've been in some heavy, pivotal, transitional energy. And now I'm kicking my feet up like I'm a kid. I am a kid, guys. I'm a kid at heart. I literally... Yeah, I'm a kid at heart. But, damn, what was I about to say? Oh, okay. Fulfillment. So one of my life purposes here is to work with kids, right? Also, it's teaching. Like I said, I teach an art class now to, recently I've been teaching art to, an elementary school in the afternoons. It's just like I don't know. I want to say volunteer, but it's not really volunteer, because they pay me for that hour, but it's literally like me getting, like, I don't know. I'm not getting paid a lot, and I don't care, because it's not for the money. It's literally for my own enjoyment. I love it. I love it so much. It's only an hour out of my day, but I just love the kids I teach. they just make me feel so hopeful for the generations of the future. I I love it. I love it so much. These kids are amazing. Um, and I wasn't there with them last week because I wasn't feeling well, and so had they had a sub, and so when I came back, I taught them yesterday. When I came back yesterday, okay, so originally, okay, so I teach an elementary on Wednesdays. Oh, I gotta check the time. What time is it? Okay, what time do I teach? Okay, 3:30. So I teach an elementary school on Wednesdays and on Thursday. No, I teach an elementary school on Tuesdays, and on Wednesdays I teach at a preschool, at a Montessori school. Montessori school? I don't know, some religious school, which is so crazy to me that it's a religious school and they got me there. When I first went there, I was like, who allowed me here? Not saying I have anything against religions, because I don't. It's just like I had to work through a lot of religious trauma, so for me to even be at a religious school is crazy to me. But yeah, so I teach preschool on teach preschool on Wednesdays and elementary school on Tuesdays, and so I wasn't there. I wasn't there to teach my elementary school or preschool last week because I wasn't feeling well, like I said. And when I came back this week, yesterday on Tuesday, you know, I get there before they do because it's an after school program. So they, you know, come after they get all their stuff at the end of the day and after their teacher dismisses them for the end of the day. And it made me feel so happy to see that they were so happy to see me. And I was like, one of the kids was literally standing outside of the class like, guys, Miss Greer is back. And I was like, you guys missed me? Like, I just love them so much. They're just so precious. Like, I love teaching them art. I like to draw cartoons a lot. So this week I'm teaching them how to draw cartoons, and they're just all so excited to draw it. They were, I don't know. I gotta see who subbed for them last week because they told me that they really did not like their sub. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, what did that sub do that you guys just did not like? So I'm gonna have to figure that out because I don't know, maybe I can see if I can get a different sub recommended for them or something next time if I need, because I don't want them to not, you know, feel comfortable with who they have there. But I just love teaching them art, guys. It's been so fulfilling. Like, I get excited to teach them, and like so this whole week, okay, so I only teach on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, right? But this week they have 2 makeup dates because it was because of like weather advisories. I think they had to miss 2 days. Yeah, they had to miss 2 days in the beginning of when the program started because of weather advisories. And so the school was shut down. So we have 2 makeup days this week. And I told them, I'm like, guys, like, I get to see you guys for 2 days this week. And they were so excited. And they were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I'm like, we're drawing cartoons for this whole week. And they were so excited. And I'm so excited to teach them again. I can't wait to see them Thursday and Friday. Yeah, that makes my, like, I'm just so happy that I get to teach them. I miss them so much. I am so glad that, I don't know, that I'm feeling better and then I get to be with them this week and I get to teach this week. I'm excited to draw with them. So I had them draw, I wish I took pictures, but I had them drawing cartoon pizzas, right? Pizzas, like the pizzas have faces on them, like little cartoon faces, and I was teaching them how to draw different expressions and how to draw like pizza that looks 3D. And it's just been so, it's so fulfilling, guys. I just love it. I love it so much. I love it. They're just such bright little souls. Like, I don't know. I like teaching younger kids because younger kids are just little sponges, you know, they just soak up whatever information you want to give them. But also it's because, like, I want to help them at a young age with any fears that they might have with their own art. You know, I had to go through a lot of work, you know, even to this day. Like, I don't feel comfortable calling myself like an artist. That does not feel right for me sometimes. Because someone had asked me, they were like, oh, what do you do? And I said, gosh, this sounds so weird. I was like, oh, I make and sell art. A fucking artist. That's an artist. I make and sell art. I make and sell my art, is what I said. That's an artist. Come on, babes. You know how many times I've said that to people? And they probably looked at me like, bitch, you're an artist. But I didn't feel comfortable saying that. Like, I had a lot of doubts, a lot of self-doubts towards my own art. Guys, we're almost done. We gotta do the eye, and we gotta do her and the jewels. But what time is it? Let's see. Wait, how long does it take for me to get there? It takes me like maybe 30 minutes to get there. Okay, I got time. But yeah, I just love teaching them. I love teaching them because they come to me and I can tell, like, sometimes they're so insecure about their art, and I'm like, baby, I feel you. We about to nip this in the bud right now, because you will not go on like this. All right, we about to make you confident now in your art. And you know, they would come to me and they'd be like, but I would ask them, they want to throw their art away. And I'd be like, why do you want to throw it away? I'm like, it looks great. Why would you want to throw that away? And these little kids, they just remind me of me, because I used to do the same thing when I wasn't feeling proud about my art. I would throw it away before, like, I would throw it away as soon as I got it at school, because I didn't even want to bring it home. I can be such a perfectionist, and if I wasn't proud of that art piece, if I didn't think that art piece looked perfect, best believe I was not taking it home for anyone to see. I wasn't even taking it out of that classroom. I was throwing it away as soon as I got it, taking my name off of it and throwing it away. I mean, even to this day, like, my sister and my mom are like, Kai, your art doesn't have to be, like, it doesn't have to look a certain way. And I'd be like, but I want it to be a certain way. Like, you don't understand. And so I try to I try to nip that in the butt, because I, you know, have that within myself, and, you know, might as well start young with them and, you know, try to help them with that now. But, you know, they come to me and they're like, I'm like, they want to throw it away, and they're like, I don't want it. It doesn't look good. And I'd be like, I'm like, what's wrong with it? Like, I think it looks amazing. I'm hyping them up because it does look amazing. Anything that is your own is amazing, right? Like, you're a wonderful artist. And I'm like, what's wrong with it? They're like, well, it doesn't look like yours, or it doesn't look perfect, or it doesn't look this way. And I also love teaching kids, because they, you know, remind me, you know, they remind me about how I need to be with my own art too. And they remind me that art doesn't have to be perfect, right? In no way does that have to be perfect. And I have to tell them that too. And I have to tell them, like, it doesn't need to be perfect. I think your art looks great because you made it. But if you don't feel confident in it, of course, let's try to do what we can to, you know, make you feel more confident in your art. Because you should at least walk out of art feeling, you know, feeling good about what you made. You know, if you're going to create something, you might as well feel good about what you're making. And so, yeah, and they're helping me on that journey too. And that's why I think, like, the role of a teacher is so amazing. But a teacher can only be as great as willing as the teacher is willing, like, as much as that teacher is willing to learn. Because as much as I'm teaching them how to draw. But one, they're teaching me patience, and they're also teaching me about my own style as an artist, about things that I need to remember as an artist too, because sometimes I'm telling them, hey, your art doesn't have to be perfect, but that's a note that I have to take myself too. My art doesn't have to be perfect, right? It just has to be, like, it just has to be an expression, right? It just has to be an expression of me. And that's what I try to tell them, so, or that's what I tell them, and that's what I have to keep in mind too. And I'm glad that they're teaching me that too, because art doesn't have to be perfect, right? This is just an expression. This is an expression of emotion, expression of feeling. And yeah, I'm just so blessed and so grateful that I have this opportunity to teach art to kids, because it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. I love going there. I don't know. I just love it all. So I'm excited. Today I'm preaching. Wow. Who do I think I am? Honestly, guys, actually, if we're being honest, I had a past life on... Okay, so I want to talk more about past lives with you guys too, but currently, I have like another... Y'all, I'm about to sound so crazy. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Okay, if you're into starseeds, this isn't going to sound crazy to you. This is going to sound cool. But if you're not into starseeds, prepare for me to sound fucking crazy. So, I was like, okay, so I'm trying to say this. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to sound crazy. Well, I've been talking about starseeds this whole time, so if anything, I've already opened the portal to crazy. Okay, just call the asylum and tell them where I'm at. Anywho, so now, so I have, of course, a lifetime here on Earth. You guys are seeing me here on Earth, but there's also a lifetime on Pleiades, and I keep saying Pleiades, and I don't even pronounce it that way because I was told to call it Pleiades. And I want to call it Pleiades, but I know a lot of people call it Pleiades, and I don't want y'all to be confused about what the heck is Pleiades when I'm saying Pleiades, or when y'all know it as Pleiades. But so a lifetime here on Earth and a lifetime here on Pleiades, and the lifetime on Pleiades, I swear I'm like a preacher's daughter or something. I've had a lifetime as a preacher's daughter. One, because of this religious trauma, but two, I just know it. I just know it. Intuition is too strong. I feel it. I've had an incarnation as a preacher's daughter, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. But I've been getting a lot of, okay, so I was also why I wanted to talk about like lifetime on Pleiades too, because, ooh, this is getting too light. I need to make it a little bit darker. Check the time again because I'm getting anxious. 29, okay. What was I saying? Oh, lifetime here, lifetime on Pleiades. And so I get a lot of deja vu because like the lifetime that I have on Pleiades, is very similar to this lifetime. Like the people that I know and the places that I go, like so okay, there's a lifetime on Pleiades right now, but also of course we all know we're all like have different versions of ourselves in different dimensions and, you know, realities. So my lifetimes are very, I'm not in no way is just trying to be cocky or anything, it's just I'm being truthful. My lifetimes right now are very aligned with each other. And that's how I know I'm stepping into my soul's purpose, is because my lifetimes are getting so aligned with each other that I'm experiencing a lot of deja vu right now, because my lifetimes, like, they're just matching up on like an energetic level right now. So I just like feel right now that I'm stepping into my soul's purpose, and I'm so grateful because I'm just opening up from my heart chakra right now, and that shit feels so good. It feels so good. So I'm just so blessed and so grateful for the, you know, my guides, source, of course. It's like I'm giving the speech at the Grammys. You know, I like to give thanks to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, like all of them, because it's just been so much help on this journey. I'm just so blessed and so grateful. And, you know, Goddess Kuan Yin, of course, who has been helping me on this self-compassion journey, because you know how much crying I've done, how much releasing I've done since I've been on this self-compassion journey. And it hasn't even been that long, y'all. It's been a week, all right? I'm just releasing after releasing after releasing. And that shit feels so good. It feels too good. So, yeah. Dang it. It's not watery enough. Yeah, and it's been a lot of releasing. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. But yeah, that's just what's been going on, guys. I hope you guys have been doing well. Anyone else been going through a dark night of the soul and had finally made it out? Or are y'all going through one right now? If so, I wish y'all the best. Good luck. Let me know if I could be any service to y'all. But, oh shoot, I still gotta do one last part. I thought I was finished. All right, after this, I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all, and I gotta get ready to go teach. But, guys, the kids that I teach, I love them. They're so cute. So last time I was there, I just had so much stuff in my hands. I just couldn't even carry it all. And I was just dropping a lot of stuff, and I realized I left something in the school. And so the kids, after I'm done, like, another teacher comes to take them to the playground, and then they like are out at the playground until their parents come to get them. And so I had left something, so I came back to the school. They're all out on the playground, and I just hear, our teacher, have you come back to teach us some cool art things? And I was like, y'all are amazing. I love y'all. But no, I haven't. I left my bag. Gosh. I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some, actually, do I want to do some clouds? Let's see if I can do some clouds real quick. And then I gotta go. I hope I was right that this is only a 30-minute drive, like it's not too far, because, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done clouds. Yeah, whatever, it's a cloudy night. Whatever. But yeah, I know this is a different kind of video for y'all, but I hope you guys still enjoyed. I'm gonna do some finishing touches on this later. I think I might paint. I was thinking about painting over this with acrylic, but nah, I'm just gonna stick to my Syrian vibes and keep it watercolors. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna come out with, or I plan on filming a tarot video today, but we're gonna see how my energy levels after I teach today. As of right now, yes, there will be a tarot video coming out after this, and I will be filming that today. But I am so blessed and so grateful that I had enough energy to show up today. What is this? Oh, my gloss for paintings. But yeah, I am so blessed and grateful that I got to spend this time with you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. This was kind of long. We were just talking about whatever. Yeah. I miss talking to you guys, but I wish you guys love and light. I hope you guys are able to spread your love and light. And I will see you guys in the next tarot video, or if there's another chit chat video, but it's probably gonna be tarot. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'm so blessed and so grateful to be able to talk to you guys today. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Peace.